What's up, everybody? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button to the Hoops Tonight YouTube channel, and then follow me on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter so you guys don't miss any of our content over the course of this season. All right, let's talk some basketball. All right, a couple quick hitters on Warriors, Pistons, and Lakers Heat. So classic kind of Warriors physical dominance game in Detroit against the Pistons. They get 17 offensive rebounds, leading to 26 second chance points. Allowed them to overcome a kind of a pedestrian offensive game from Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins. Those two guys combined for just 21 points. Andrew Wiggins is in a little bit of slump. He's averaging 11 points per game after averaging 17 the previous 2 years for Golden State. Shooting just 18% from three. I went on with Steiny and Guru in San Francisco this morning, and we were talking about it, and they asked me what they think is going on with Andrew, or what I think is going on with Andrew Wiggins, and I don't really see too much schematically. It's just, to me, the kind of convoluted nature of the rotation, as Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga have been getting more minutes. Even Gary Payton kind of getting a lot of the closing reps instead of Andrew Wiggins. So his minutes are a little bit more sporadic, a little less consistent. And I think that, in combination with Kuminga just truly playing well, has affected his confidence. Like, once again, down the stretch of that game, big play, Steph and Jonathan Kuminga pick and roll on the left wing. He gets a switch. Steph trusts Jonathan Kuminga in a fourth quarter close game to take his smaller matchup down to the block, feed him on the post. He just hits him with a dribble move into the lane and makes a little shot over the top. Like that, Kuminga's just playing really well and playing super confident and playing free, and Andrew Wiggins is playing kind of timid. I think you see it a lot when he's attacking the rim too. I think he's just kind of not going up with that same ferocity that we're accustomed to seeing from him, right? I don't think it's necessarily a big picture concern. It's just something that's happening right now and something to keep an eye on over the course of the season. Andrew Wiggins was the second best player on the championship team. He needs to get his confidence back. It doesn't really matter if Kuminga blossoms if your starting three-man is a shell of himself. So something to keep an eye on. We just talked yesterday about Chris Paul as a scorer, right? So they lose to Cleveland, and a big factor in that was the twin rim protectors sagging back into the paint. They forced I think Golden State shot something crazy like 12 for 31 in the paint and got absolutely demolished in the paint on both ends of the floor, right? So it was like a big problem in that particular game. And that, to me, is the closest thing we've seen in this regular season to what the Lakers series was like. Real rim protection, ignoring your non-shooters, sagging into the paint, and then top locking and denying all of your off-ball action, which is going to force guys to back cut into your rim protection, right? So, like, that's the issue we saw. And how did the Warriors counter that in the playoffs? A lot of spread pick and roll with Steph Curry, right? And so, Chris Paul struggled again to score in that particular game, and really for the entire season coming into last night was really struggling to score the basketball. And like, that's where you need Chris. That specific matchup, that's why you got Chris. You got Chris for the top tier rim protection teams that are going to be a bad matchup for the Golden State offense, as another guy who can score the damn basketball and take pressure off of Steph Curry, who can get a little fatigued when he's the only guy on the team who can put the ball in the basket, right? And so that's just something to keep an eye on, right? Well, Chris, last night in the Pistons game, kind of got it going as a scorer. 6 for 9 from the field for 17 points. More in line with what you're hoping for in production from Chris. Had a huge late bucket on a face-up in the right corner. Thought it was big time that Steph kind of trusted him and kind of prodded him to shoot the ball. It goes to show you that Steph wants this. He wants Chris to try to get some buckets, and he ended up elevating over the top and knocking down a big mid-range jump shot out of the short corner. I thought that was an encouraging game from Chris Paul. And then the crunch time defense. That was an issue a lot in the even though they were winning, that was an issue where they were kind of going bucket for bucket down the stretch of these games, and then finally Klay gets the last shot and makes it. Finally Steph gets the last shot and makes it. Well, last night, 80 defensive rating in crunch time against Detroit. They got stops. That's a good, encouraging sign of where the Warriors are heading in their crunch time defense. NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at an even bigger basketball win. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code HOOPS. That's HOOPS. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code HOOPS. The crown is yours.
Don't miss the action this weekend when the NFL heads to Germany for the Frankfurt games. These games will air on the NFL Network, I'll be watching, and stream on NFL Plus. Again, streaming on NFL Plus. For a limited time, Verizon customers can get Netflix Plus, NFL Plus for just $25 a month with Plus Play. That's $120 in annual savings. Plus Play is a platform where Verizon customers can shop, manage, and save on the subscriptions you already have, like NFL Plus. With NFL Plus Premium, you get access to games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, which means you can catch the Frankfurt games and more. Just go to Verizon.com/thevolume to bundle and save before the game. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Again, that's Verizon.com/thevolume.
The Pistons, not going to talk too much about it right now. Obviously, just with the jam-packed slate, didn't have too much time to dive into them today. I do want to eventually hit on them because they've got three young players that have been pretty exciting this year. Asar Thompson's been one of the best perimeter defenders in the league early in the season. Obviously, extremely small sample size, but he's just an unbelievably laterally quick athlete with an uncanny ability to navigate screens. Cade Cunningham has looked like the giant playmaking forward that we've all kind of hoped he would be. And then Killian Hayes is having a really good season in terms of playmaking and taking care of the basketball. Shot the ball well yesterday as well, which is encouraging because he hasn't shot the ball well in his career. So exciting young Pistons team. We'll try to find some time to talk about them in the coming weeks.